So the idea is about LBS. So we're going to interview Daniela for like 10 minutes, and after that we do a Q&A on LBS, and you will all introduce your CV, and we try to give you our feedback. So Daniela, can you introduce yourself? Okay. Hello.
Okay, yes, sure. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, well,
Hello.
I'm Daniela. I'm from Peru. I studied my undergraduate in economics, and during this time, I got to do a couple of internships. One at the Central Bank of Peru, another one in an insurance company. Afterwards, I worked full time at the Central Bank of Peru, and well, during that time, I also participated in several organizations, both in my undergraduate university and outside. They were mostly dedicated towards education, women's equality. And now I am at, just as Dr. Hoover mentioned, I am in LBS doing the Masters in Financial Analysis and hopefully trying to, well, secure a job here in London.
Alors, what it is like to study at LBS, Daniela?
I think it's a very wonderful experience. You get to first of all meet people from all over the world. LBS is a very diverse environment where everyone has a different backstory. Everyone has different. There's a lot of nationality representation, so it's a place where there's lots of different people. Everyone is friendly. Everyone is eager to make new friends, and also you get a lot of support regarding recruiting. There's also the academic side where classes are very interesting. Professors are quite well prepared and quite nice. So I would say it's overall a very good experience.
Okay, and how do they help you? So you started to have your first interviews, because last time you told me that you were busy preparing interviews. So did you have your first interviews with banks?
Yes, I have first interviews, first assessment centers.
Okay, and have you received an offer yet? Or so with which
Yeah,
company did you have interviews?
I've given interviews for well, Citi, Morgan Stanley, PIMCO, also Jane Street, a partners group. So I've so far received an offer from Morgan Stanley and from PIMCO, and I'm deciding between those two.
You have received an offer from Morgan Stanley. Yeah. So
Yes,
very good. Okay, as a what? As an analyst? As a what?
yes, but a summer analyst, I believe
Summer
that
analyst. Okay.
yeah.
Summer analyst, and after that, we bring you to a job. Alors, basically, we have now several students. So you have to see that we had 39 students who have received an offer for the interview. So basically, the students that we have usually, they are good. They have the right GMAT, they have the right thing. So all of them got an interview except two from India. So now, Aditya, can you tell us your profile in short? So the idea is to have a very fast CV assessment. So Aditya, can you introduce yourself in 1 minute?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
hi.
So I work at India FinTech Forum,
Yeah.
and there I'm interviewing fintech leaders around the world and creating awareness about fintech ecosystem for the Gen Z in our community. And we are collaborating with several governments. They're creating more and more awareness about fintech ecosystem between other countries also. There I'm the head of fintech leadership series and growth and strategies. And right now, I'm currently preparing for my GMAT. My mock is 680, and that's it.
Yeah, the lowest that we had from India accepted for an interview at the 690. Huh? So you need to score
Okay.
minimum 690 to expect to get in. Okay.
Okay.
You're applying for what? For MIM, MFA? For what program are you applying?
MIM, Masters in Management.
Okay, and you want to apply, so you send your application when you send your application in January. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think of this profile, Daniela?
I think that overall is a very good profile. In MIM, I think they like very diverse backgrounds, and fintech is something that's very new, is something that's very now on trend, and it's also something that's very rare. So I think that there's a potential for a good story there in fintech, and on how the MIM will help you achieve your goals after.
Okay, you agree? So that's so you can go for it. My only fear is that the GMAT is not high enough. Daniela, you got what, 720, 740? What score did you
Yeah,
get?
740 I got.
740. You see? So Daniela, she's a woman from Peru. So of course, you imagine that there are very few women from Peru who get accepted, and still she had 740. And you're a man from India. There are many like you. 680, it's not enough. And you need to apply with a 740, 750. Even though we had students shortlisted for interviews from India with 690s. Huh? But don't take a risk, Aditya. Huh? Okay. So
Okay.
today,
Yeah.
I would say your profile does not get in. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not ready for it. Okay. So which Aditya? It was Aditya Raj Kotari. Okay.
Aditya Raj Kothari.
So can we talk to Aditya Shoda? Aditya Shoda.
Yes, Aditya
Your
Chadwa.
profile.
Yes. Hi.
Your profile in 5 minutes. You GMAT. You understand? Huh? The idea is to say yes, no. So today, Aditya Raj Kotari, no. Okay, because the badge too low. Aditya Shoda, go ahead.
Yeah,
What
hi.
do you introduce you?
So, yeah, hi. So I am applying for MIM. I'm planning on applying in January. So what I do basically right now is I have a clothing brand of my own that we are exclusively available on our website, and we are planning to launch it on different multiple websites in India like Myntra, Amazon, Flipkart, all of that. And I am into my family business, that is real estate development. We have completed a couple of projects in Mumbai itself, and we are in the course of developing a couple of more in Mumbai itself. So I am an integral part of that company. Another thing is I sell luxury apparel and sneakers in India and abroad. So that is my profile right now. Or I am plan on doing something in the luxury market itself, and I am planning on giving the GMAT in December. Right now, my mock score was 690 in the last week that I gave. So, and I am yet to prepare like a lot of things for GMAT. So let's hope I get a 700 plus. So that is my profile right now. I plan on doing something in entrepreneurship itself in the long term. But if I get a good job there, I would like to get a job in a apparel company or something related to that, so that I can expand my knowledge and bring it back with me to India and like apply it to my company to make it a multinational level company.
Yeah. So basically, Daniela, I know Aditya because, as you know, now I live most of my time in India, and we met in Bangalore. No, we met in Mumbai.
Mumbai.
And
Yeah.
you see, so basically, is a bit different from the other Indians who are usually Indians are into family business, high tech, or consulting. And Aditya is a successful entrepreneur. So he shoes. He showed me sneakers. So it's true. He's very successful. And it's not like some of these entrepreneurs who have failed. They fail and they decide to go for LBS to get a normal job. Okay. So the guy is achieving. Okay. But now he wants more. So what do you think of his profile, Daniela?
I do think it's a very good profile, just like you mentioned. I also noticed that he's an entrepreneur, and I do think that that's something quite unique for his profile going for him. And I think in my cohort there are a couple of entrepreneurs too, and I think that LBS also gives you tools such as, I think there's an entrepreneurship lab and other tools for being a successful entrepreneur too. So I do think that you have a very good profile. The only thing is, well, the GMAT, but since you are already planning on taking it, and I think you do have sufficient time to improve your score a bit, I think your profile is good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Same thing, Aditya, GMAT. Huh? But of course, you
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
diversity, and they would love. I'm sure that you will have very interesting essays to write. Okay, and of course, the people who interview you, they will be extremely pleased to see someone who is an entrepreneur. And at the same time, you see Daniela is a graduate from NMIMS. Huh? You're a graduate of NMIMS.
Yes, NMIMS.
NMIMS
Yes,
is
NMIMS.
one of the top 10 best business school in India. Imagine a guy who has a BBA from ESSEC or ESCP or Ezade or Bocconi. Yeah, he has the right profile. As you know, Aditya, there are many Indians applying, so it may work as it may not work. Okay, same thing. The thing that can save you is a good GMAT, of course, a good application, a good GMAT. And you see, Daniela, that's something that we saw together, but a good GMAT saves you as well. Huh? It's always positive. Huh? So basically, good story, but at the same time, secure that 700 is not enough. You need 720, 730. I would say that the 750 as an Indian secures you a seat quite.
Very honestly, I'm planning on getting like a 700 plus. I'm not sure what it will be, 730, 720, 750, hopefully 750. But on the worst day, I'm planning on getting a 700 or 710.
Okay. And same time, same thing. You have to see all of you who are here. When did you apply, Daniela? We applied in October or in January? Remember?
No, we applied in October. I applied
In October.
first
So
round.
we're fast. But at the same time, so it's easier for scholarship. But I prefer that you apply. You send your application in February, March with a 750, than in January with a 700. Huh? Don't imagine you have many applicants, but don't imagine that they are overloaded with good applicants. Okay, they're not overloaded with 740, 750 plus. They you have an idea of how many people apply per program, Daniela? You have an idea?
No, I think I don't have that number.
But for instance, in your MFA, how many are you in your MFA? I mean,
We're 210,
210, and GND MIM is probably the same.
300. It's
300,
300 in the Miami.
So you see, and plus you have a master in data science, huh? You see, so you have to find there are probably what master in data science 100, 150. How many in the data science master? You have an idea?
No, that I don't know.
Yeah, maybe 150 plus. So you have to find close to 700 people who can spend some with the level, who can spend so much money. Don't imagine it's so easy to find 700 good applicants. So as soon as you get 740 plus, you're a graduate of a good school, you can afford, you have a good chance of getting in. Huh? Okay, so Aditya,
All right,
same
yes.
thing, good GMAT, and same thing for Aditya, Raj, Kotari. Basically, don't speed up. Okay, if you can, if you believe that in March you will be a better score, then apply in March. Huh? Okay, well.
All right.
Amin is doing an internship with us. So, Amin, can you tell your background, Amin, please? Amin? Well.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Amin, yeah. What is your background, Amin? I know you well
Yeah.
because you're my student. But you're a European student, so I'm your teacher, so I know you well. So go ahead, Amin.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
My name is Amin. I'm from Tunisia. I'm currently enrolled in my last year of Bachelor in Business Administration at Nioma Business School, located in Rouen, France. I haven't taken my second GMAT yet. I have a rather low score. I had like 560 2 months ago. I'm currently not having so much time to prepare. I secured like my application to hold 1 week ago. And yeah, I'm here to listen again to Daniela, to her story.
Yeah. So basically, so yes, I mean, we know that for LBS, your profile is too weak because your GMAT is too weak.
Low.
Okay. Have you been accepted to HULT already or not?
I will have my interview very soon.
Okay, so we have to prepare the interview together. Huh? Okay.
Yes.
So basically, Daniela, she will agree. Profile is a bit low. I mean, huh? For LBS, so I suggest that we go to the next student because UGMAT is too low. Now, can I talk to you? You have question for Daniela? I mean,
is it are all classes like on site, or are there some classes online?
So far, all the mandatory coursework is in person. Regarding electives, there are some that are online and some that are in person, depending on the professor's availability.
I understand.
Okay. So then there's Arushi Jetli. Arushi, tell me. Arushi, can you please tell us more about your profile, Arushi? Arushi?
Maybe micro problem, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Arushi, so 1 minute to introduce yourself, and most important, tell us about your GMAT. Go ahead.
So I haven't given my GMAT yet. I'm planning on giving my GRE. And
Okay. And what GRE score do you expect to get? And please
so,
tell us your background. Okay, tell us your background very fast.
so I'm from India, and I'm studying in Symbiosis School of Economics, and I'm doing BS Economic Honors. I've done 2 internships. So you've even seen my profile. You evaluated. You came to a college. So and
What did you study?
yeah,
Which college in India? Which college is it?
Symbiosis School of Economics
Symbiosis
in
in Pune, yeah. I gave a seminar in Symbiosis, like 1 month ago. Did you attend my seminar in Symbiosis?
Yes, you were in touch with me only.
Yeah, well, in touch. So I think that Arushi, from what I remember, is a quite bright person. You expect a GRE of what, 330? How much?
320.
Yeah, too low, too low, 320. I need a 325 minimum. Too low, Arushi. Okay. What do you think of Arushi's profile, Daniela?
I think it's also very strong. Just like you mentioned, she seems to have to be in a good school. She has had a job experience in internship. That's something that might set her apart also. So I do think overall it's good. The only thing again is her GRE, but I think that she still has time to take
To
it.
improve it. So you see all of you who are there, okay? You see why I tell you that, okay, we can write good application, okay, but the application is what, 10%. But you see, myself, we're today in the situation, and Daniela, of an admission committee. You perfectly see that we have a profile, then people have interesting story, like Aditya Shoda, okay? And then, of course, we say, what is the GRE? So you understand why these tests are so important, because how do we make the difference between a very good student and an excellent student, okay? At the end, it's the GRE as well, okay? By the way, did you have like assessment at banks? How do assessment work? You have tests to take, no? Daniela, did you have tests to take when you had an assessment?
Yes, they gave us some tests with numerical, verbal, some situational judgment. Most of them do have tests.
Okay, so you understand. So basically, you have something that is very close to what the GMAT is about. So that's why they also want a good GMAT or a good GRE, because they know that when you have an assessment center, you have, of course, you have case studies, you have interviews, you have tests to take. So they have to see if you're good at tests. I give you an example. That me, when I was a student in the US, I was working for an insurance company that has a brokerage firm. It's called Prudential Beach. So it's an American company. It's an insurance company in Boston. And I remember that in order to be allowed to do that, even though me, I was a trainer, so I was training the sales. It was I don't know, I was an assistant in the US, but it was not enough money for me, so I had to get a sort of a weekend job. And I remember that even for this type of job, they asked us to take a test that was a bit like the GMAT. Okay, so basically, when I say try to get a good score, it's important because they know that during assessment days, we'll have to take tests, and they know that by GMAT 740 makes absolutely sure that you pass this test. Okay, so then we have Anushka Jain. So how are you, Anushka?
Hello.
Can you introduce
Good
yourself? So
afternoon.
Anushka, she's from Pune as well. She's from Symbiosis. Remember you, Anushka.
Yes.
So tell us more about yourself, Anushka. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm from Symbiosis only. So I'm doing BSc in economics. So I'm doing BSc honors. And my current GRE mock test score is around 315 to 320. I'm scoring within that range. And I've done 3 internships and I'm preparing for my 4th one right now. It's going to be at Tata, I guess. So that's about it. I have done a few courses as well. I have a certificate course of 150 hours in financial modeling as well. So yeah, I guess.
What do you
that's
think,
about it.
Daniela?
I do think that again her profile is quite strong with it's quite strong. She has had job experience, internships. That's something I think very valuable because not everyone has. But well, the GRE, right? Do you just have to take it? I think you're very close to the ideal score, so it's just a thing of improving it a bit more.
Yes. Daniela is very diplomatic with the GRE that you have in one work. Okay, so with this type of GRE, apply more to LSE, Imperial, ESCP, maybe, but 315, forget it. I need a 325 minimum. You've seen my post. 2 of my students last week got a 340. 2 of my students got a perfect GRE. I worked with them for 9 months. Okay, it took me time, but but 2 of them got a perfect GRE, and now even Harvard contacted them for deferred MBA. Okay, so when I say get a good score, so it means that they know that they will get Harvard and they will get scholarship. So it's for deferred MBA. So when I say the guy paid what? He paid 2,000 euros. Okay, he paid 2,000 euros, but at the end Harvard contacts him. Okay, so don't be greedy. No? Don't be greedy. Anushka.
Yes, sir.
So there's another Anushka. There's Anushka Mirotra. Go, Anushka Mirotra. Well, basically, the event today, Daniela, is for students from MBA Center India. Huh? That's why you have so many Indians, because they are from MBA Center India. And there are some Europeans that we have invited. So, Anushka, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Anushka. I'm from Symbiosis as well. I'm currently in my second year. I haven't given my GMAT or GRE yet. I'm going to start preparing for that in December. And yeah, I've done in my college year, I've done 2 internships as of now, and I'm looking to do another proper corporate internship before I get into my 3rd year.
Okay, so you will graduate in 2024, huh? Anushka Mirotra. Yes or
Yes.
no? Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
So basically, you know what you have to do, and of course, also, you know, from the 2 students who failed from India, it was 2 days ago. One was because the GPA was too low. He had a 6.5. So, and of course, I told you that I was not aware that he had a 6.5. 690 with 6.5, you don't get in. Huh? And the other one, because he had 2 years of work experience, and they don't like people who have too much work experience. Okay, for the MIM. So your GRE score, Anushka Mirotra. Hello? What
Yes,
is your
sir.
GRE GMAT score? Are you preparing for it already or not? Yeah.
No,
Hello?
so I haven't started preparing for it yet. I have to start preparing for it in December.
Okay, but yeah, you have to start. Basically, Anushka's, can you talk together, okay, so that we see if I can organize a GRE course in Symbiosis, because you seem to have all a good profile, but your GRE is too weak. Huh? So maybe I should organize something in Symbiosis. Huh? Can you think about it? Huh? Anushka, Jen, huh? Anushka Mirotra, all of you?
Yes,
Because
sir.
you all have a good profile, but GRE is too low. You will not make it. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, according to you, Daniela, you agree? Then when you talk to students, okay, from LBS, they are all very, very good students. Am I wrong, or is it a wrong impression, or is it true that they were all very, very good undergrad students?
Yes, I do believe they were, and I think there are some exceptions, but they compensate for that with a very strong GMAT or GRE.
And me, I find that basically you have what is his contact? Yunus, you're in contact with Yunus.
Yes.
Yunus, yeah. Is he doing well, Yunus? Yes, he's doing well. Did he get job offers?
No,
Yunus?
he's doing interviews right now.
Doing
He's
interviews.
preparing. Yes.
Okay. Well, by Yunus, someone like Yunus. So basically, can you tell us about your academic profile, Daniela, so that they understand what is a strong academic profile?
Okay, so I studied in economics in Peru. I studied in the best economics university in Peru. I was part of I think in the top 10 of my graduating class. I tried to keep a consistently good performance during undergraduate, and I took several also electives where I also did well. So I think that overall that is that consists on my academic profile. Additionally, I also participated in a training program at the Central Bank of Peru, where I was also highly ranked. And overall, well, my GMAT, you already know, it was 740. So I think overall, all of these points were quite strong.
Yeah. So basically, because Daniela, she applied with one of our friends who also got in. Basically, what I can tell you, especially for students from outside Europe, it's true that some of the students that I have from Europe, their profile was not outstanding academically. But Daniela, she was, yes, top probably even top 5%. She was an assistant, and she got a job in the Central Bank of Peru. So she's really like a top student. You understand? She's a top 1% student. You know, 740 Bank of Peru, top 10%, top 5. Graduate assistant in our university. So you see now you see she got Morgan Stanley. So it's a good student. Okay, so you have to say to yourself, do I fit in this league? So for instance, obviously, Amin is not in this type of league of students. Okay, of the outstanding student. who score, by the way, after my bachelor, you see, I give you an example, Daniela, I was not there. And for instance, me, I tell you, because I was a tennis player when I was young. I didn't have the type of grades and the type of achievement that you had at your age. So basically, you have to find out people who are very mature. Okay. So basically, make a self-assessment and say to yourself, do I stand? Anyway, I'm the one who decide where you apply, and of course, I will make you apply in schools where you can get in. No time to waste. And of course, if your profile is not as strong, but we can try Warwick, we can try LSE, we can try Imperial. Tell me, Daniela, when you had interviews with banks, who were your competitors? They were coming from which universities, from which business school?
There were from several. For example, some of them were from UCL, Imperial, LSE too, here in London. There were some that, for example, even in Morgan Stanley, it was in person. So there were people who had flown in from Bocconi, HEC, I think. So overall, like they're top business schools, all of them.
So you see, and basically your competitors, when you have interviews, you have people who finish the undergrad from UCL, Oxford, Cambridge, this type of schools, okay? And then you compete against students from top European business schools, so HEC, ESSEC, SCP, Bocconi, IE, LBS, Imperial, and you see such students, okay? So basically, don't imagine that because you have been accepted to LBS, you get a top job, okay? Still. Alors, Gori, yes, Gori, you work with us. Basically, I do by alphabetical order. Asnae. So Asnae, you are a student, Asnae, I believe. Asnae,
Yes.
can you introduce your profile and tell us? So you want to apply to LBS as well? So tell us more about yourself for 1 minute. Go ahead, Asnae.
My name is Hasna. I'm half French, half Moroccan. I'm currently in my last year of the dual degree in Business Administration and International Relations at IE, which is based in Madrid, Spain. I've had like 4 summer internships up until now, both in the IR field, in the business one. My last one was in a private equity firm. And I also did my exchange in the University of St. Gallen. So I spent 6 months in Switzerland. And right now my GMAT score is around the 600 plus. And I plan on taking it in January.
Okay. So Asnae, of course, diversity, interesting. What do you think, Daniela?
Yeah, same. I think you have a very strong profile. You have a very international experience because you are half French, half Moroccan, but you also you've I think studied in Spain. You did an exchange in Switzerland, so you have a lot of international experience. That's something very valuable for LBS. You've also had several internships in different industries, which also speaks for you have a very well-rounded profile. The only thing here, obviously, is the GMAT, but I think that you still have time to take it.
Yeah, Asnae plus being a French Moroccan, you can still apply until March. So basically, to give you, I had a girl who had the same profile as you. Her name was Fiona. You know Fiona, Daniela? You don't know Fiona. She's an MIM student. She's from Albania, and she got LBS with a 600. So basically, depending on where you come from, the game is not the same. By the way, Asnae, if I were you, I would apply as a Moroccan, not as a French person, because you have even more chance. Moroccan was studied in Spain. Moroccan studied in Spain, believe me, with a 600, they would take you. This girl from Albania, she even got a scholarship, okay? But she was a Bocconi student, so she did the master's, the bachelor at Bocconi, BSc, and then applied, and I told her, and she got in. She got all the schools she applied to. She got LBS, she got ESSEC, she got ESADE, she got ESCP, she got all of them with a 600, okay? So Asnae, you in class, Asnae, get me 650, but even with something a bit less than that, I'm sure that we get a good school, okay? Paola is a SOAR student. So Paola, can you introduce yourself,
Yes.
Paola? Yeah.
Hello. So I'm Paula, and I'm half Dutch, half French, and I study business administration at the University of St. Gallen in Switzerland. I am currently on exchange at Bayes Business School in London, and I did a summer internship at INSEAD Business School over the summer, and I'm currently enrolled in the female mentorship program from the Boston Consulting Group in Amsterdam. And at the moment, my GMAT score is also 600 plus, and I am going to apply for the master in international management.
MIM, okay? Alors, Daniela, good profile, what do you think?
Yes, I do think again it's a very strong profile, very international experience in different countries, and I do think that correct me if I'm wrong, but in maybe in your case you don't need such a high GMAT score, so I would think that it's okay.
Okay.
And the GMAT is not strong enough yet, Paola.
No,
She's
no.
by the way, sometimes you come to class, sometimes you don't come to class, and maybe at the end, maybe we'll have to take private tutoring. Okay, Paola?
Yeah.
No, basically, but very strong profile, academically, St. Gallen, one of the best universities in Europe, very international, 2 nationalities. She has worked in I don't know how many countries, a lot of community involvement. Yeah, she's already part of the BCG whatever program. So you see, for instance, Anushka, Jen. You see, when we were in Pune, when I told you about European students, you see, okay, wow, I'm going to compete against this type of student. Okay, she has 2 nationalities. She has worked in 4 countries. She's already part of the BCG program. She had an internship with INSEAD. You see the type of student you compete with. Okay, and she will get, I don't know, she will get 650, she will get 650, 680 at the end. You see, and plus there are not that many European students, so you have to say we are lots of Indians, and plus we lack internationalism. You see the difference of profile, Anushka? Anushka? Yeah, I don't know, she's not there. So it's also very important that you see all that. Now, Sorav, tell us. Sorav, introduce yourself,
Hi.
Sorav. Hello, Sorav.
Yes. Hello, everyone. This is Saurav Patnaik. I'm an engineer, and I passed out in 2018 from NIT Allahabad, which is one of the top engineering colleges in India. Post that, I've worked at Deloitte for 4 years. Within this period, I made a promotion from an analyst to a consultant. And the sort of work that I was doing, there was more into healthcare consulting. And it was more on maintaining and enhancing the clinical and operational workflows for multiple hospitals. Apart from that, I was part of the reporting group that used to track and maintain all these workflows and pitch new ideas to simplify things for the nurses and providers. After that, I've just recently made a switch to Ernst & Young as an assistant manager. And here I'll be, my role is more of a market research strategy to assist in acquisition and mergers. Apart from this, I have...
But tell me, Sorav, you have, how much work experience have you have? I don't understand, you seem to have, did you graduate in 2018?
Yes, I have around 4 years and 3 months of experience.
But you cannot apply for MIM. So tell me, Daniela, the guy was most work experience in your MFA or MIM. It's what, maximum is 2 years maximum?
Yes, it's 2 years for early career programs. It's 2 years.
And I'm actually looking for the MBA program within LPS.
Yeah, maximum is 2 years. Okay, it's for the MBA now. So you can apply to the MBA. You can apply for the MBA only. Huh?
Yes, I'm looking for the MBA
masters.
course.
Yeah. I don't know what they invited you here today, but we're glad to see you. Yes, maximum is 2 years. Okay, and you understand why? Because they don't want people who have like 5 years of work experience to come for a master's that is 1 year. It's not the target. The target you see perfectly well with Daniela. The target of such masters is to find people who are graduating or going to who have like maximum 1 year of work experience and that who can work as analysts for investment banks. So they know that their final clients, the people who hire you, they want young graduates. That's why, for instance, the MFA or the MIM are only 1 year long, because of this problem. Okay, they want people who have 1 year of work, who are pretty young. Okay, so you should apply for the MBA. And for the MBA, it's even more difficult to get an MBA than to get an MIM because still Indian students, there are more Indian students applying for MBAs than for MIM. So you need 750 minimum. So what are the questions that you have for Daniela? Because Daniela, she doesn't know the MBA. You have some classes with the MBA students, Daniela. So can you tell us, by the way, in the finance class, that the student, where they come from? Because sometimes some of the classes are open to students from other programs. Can you explain how it works at LBS?
Yes, actually, so far I have not had classes with the MBAs or the or other programs. Right now, in our first semester, we have the core courses, and those ones are just for your own program. But from the second and third term on, we start taking electives, and electives are a mix of different programs. So I will be having classes with MBAs, MIMs, MAMs, and the likes. I think from next year onwards.
Okay, so basically, what you have to see that they share classes with other students, review with other students. It doesn't mean that they want people who are completing the MFA, the MIM, or the MBA are the same. They want different backgrounds. So you for an MBA, and of course, you cannot apply either for MFA or for MIM. Now, you have to know that at LBS they have a program for professionals. Okay, it's called an MIF. Okay. And the MIF is a part-time master in finance, so you could apply to the MIF. You know some people from the MIF, Daniela?
Yes, I do. And they, just like you mentioned, they have more years of work experience. It's sort of a MFA, but obviously for post-experienced people, already professionals. So yeah, that's also a possibility.
Okay. So you understand the thing, huh? Okay. Well, so basically, it's important. Can you hear me well? Yes, can you hear me well? So basically, it's important. Maybe you can apply for a master's. You can apply for a master in international finance, or you can apply for the MBA. Is it what you have in mind, Saurav, or not?
Yeah, I have MBA in mind, and I've already given my GMAT once. I have a score of 690, which is not that great being an Indian. So I've been preparing for some time. My mock score a month ago was in the range of 720 to 760. But in the past 1 month, I had to take a break due to some personal reasons. So I'll be restarting it from the coming week.
Yes. So all of you, I'm quite pessimistic for the time being, because the GMAT is too low. As I told you, the lowest GMAT that I had this year for median applicants for round 1 was 690, and he was a guy working for Ernst & Young. Okay, so he was already a graduate, and he was a graduate from Saint Xavier. Okay, so and the GPA was 9.6. Okay, so you see, yes, if you want to get in as a symposium student, GPA 9.5, GMAT 700 plus, 750 would be better. Less than that, so or GRE 325, less than that, it won't work. Huh? Okay, so you still have a lot of work. You have 2 months before applying. Please be serious, be focused. Saurav, can you tell us more about yourself, Saurav? Saurav, hello?
Yes, Dr. Hubert, I just
yes, Saurav,
gave my...
Pranay Shetty. Pranay Shetty. Pranay? Hello? 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 Pranay? Pranay? So we have interviewed anybody. We have interviewed Aditya. So basically, final, as a conclusion, Daniela, what would you say?
I think that they are very strong profiles, very interesting stories, but I think there's work to do with regards to the GMAT.
Yes, exactly. So what was interesting during this session is that you perfectly understand the type of dilemma that schools have to face, and the necessity of using tests, because basically they have a lot of students. And by the way, the judge at the end is to say, okay, let's see the GMAT, let's see also the interview. The interview is very important. What was the interview like for you, Daniela?
I think it was mainly directed towards motivational questions. They want to know your story. Why do you want to go to LBS? What do you think you will learn at LBS, and how will LBS help you reach your goals? But also they ask you a lot of behavioral questions to see if you will also be a good fit. So LBS is very international, it's very diverse. So they ask if you already have experience with working with diverse teams, if you have had experience leading a team or working as part of a team, if you have been able to solve conflicts and things like that, to know that if your soft skills will also match with the LBS community.
Yeah, so it's very important. You see, all of you, that you see that when you apply for MIF, you may have interviews that are very technical, like the one at HEC, ESSEC. You agree, Daniela?
Yes.
Took them. And some interviews that are really not technical at all, like LBS. I was surprised. You said LBS doesn't have any technical questions. So it's more about yourself, about your motivation. I guess that if they have accepted you, they know that you have the level, and they perfectly know that you be prepared the day of the interviews. Okay. And thank you very much, Daniela, for being with us, and congratulations again for your interview. So if I were you, I will apply. I will work for JP Morgan, for Morgan Stanley, because it's always good to have a good brand. And as you know, you stay there for 2-3 years, so try to get the best possible brand. If you can imagine with your background, top student from your country, LBS, Morgan Stanley, you have everything to succeed in life. Anyway, we know that since the beginning. Have a good day, Daniela. Congratulations
Thank you,
again.
Dr. Huber.
So I hope that I will be all as proud. I'll be proud as I am as for Daniela. Okay, make me proud, guys. Okay, Paola. Okay, Sorav. Okay, Anushka. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye bye.